I'm AZD, also known as Spider, the Demon Hunter, and Exorcist of Gaia. Who's Gaia? Gaia is Mother Earth, right? I'm not an exorcist for the Catholic Church. They have their own. They're pretty pathetic. But for Gaia, for Earth, right? And you have been marked by the mark of the beast. Have you heard about that before? 666? Oh yeah, I got the code, baby. So I'm the one that exercises that one, okay? And there's ways of exercising it. You can make it squat, or you can make it do cardio, different kinds of exercising. And that's what I do. I take all the things that have been plaguing you since childhood, and instead of running away from them, or I don't know what the fuck they do with it, because I don't think it works. I don't think anybody could fucking make it work. That's why nobody could fucking help me. Nobody had the fucking answer, bro. That's the end of it, okay? If they did, I'd be fucking using it. So I made my own answer. I made my own anti-venom. I got bit by a spider, and I didn't die, and the venom became part of my veins, and it became part of my blood, and my system started to create the anti-venom. And so now there's no venom that can kill me, but they can all transform me. And this is IMC Nation. It's a movement. It's a movement of transformation, okay? And I have a way of doing it for myself and my crew and worldwide and all that, and it works, okay? So if you want to do it, come around, and if not, save your own soul. Good luck to you. I'm good. Here you go. Let's read from a book you could buy. It's $10. $10 online. You get it right after this. It's our philosophy. We have a few books. This is one of them. It says, number 281, it's 11.2. If you take a look, you will see an idea is being promoted in society that it is cool to be crazy. This is 10 years ago. Look at how true it was. They say artists are crazy. Women like to say things like, quote, well, I have so many issues, LOL, end quote. As if it's cool. Supervillains in movies are made to look crazy. Geniuses like Einstein and Tesla are made to look crazy. In short, if you look a little deeper, you will see that there's a subtle idea that pervades the culture, which says it is cool to be crazy and to have issues. This idea is wrong and it's false. Simple. Artists are not crazy. They are creative. Artists are creative, not crazy. CR, but not AZY. Maybe AZD, crazed. But they are creative, right? Geniuses are not crazy. They are extremely intelligent. That's all they are, extremely intelligent. You know how you solve problems? Geniuses are an extreme case of that. You ever see a person with one tattoo on their shoulder or their forearm? I'm an extreme case of those tattoos. I'm going to tattoo my balls. And women who take pride in the fact that they have so many issues are not cool. They are stupid. Per the definition of stupid. They are stupid and irresponsible. And men who allow them to act like that are pathetic and weak. A weakling is a weak link in your tribe. It's time to reconsider what crazy really is. It's not cool. It's very uncool to call yourself crazy. Instead, take pride in your sanity, in your intelligence, and in your creativity. Isn't that great? I think it's great. So this first came to me by, how you doing? I'm out in Vegas. Can you send me the link? I'm live right now, bro. I'll send you the link, and then I'll hit you up later, and we can do something tonight. So, you got it? Oh yeah, I sent it. Okay, we're good now. Here we are. Well, I was glitching up here. Okay, now I wasn't, the camera was. Okay, so listen, let me tell you how I came across this, okay? I met a very, very magical man in my life. I've met a lot of magical teachers. I traveled the entire forest and lands looking for people with real powers, and I've found a lot of them. You know, some of them are still alive. They're my teachers. They're the ones who helped me build my instrument, build my weapon, build my spaceship is really what it is, to travel the ether of ideas and spirits and come back with this that I have, okay? We call this quantum leaping, what I do. And one of those first main teachers, one of the ones that really had everything to do with us being here, his name was Manu Tupo. And he was disguised as an acting coach, and all these great teachers are always disguised as something else. It's very interesting, you know. The disguise is to make it unbelievable, like myself, actually. You know, you're supposed to find this temple where I sit in right now by going through a lot to get here. You're not supposed to find it easily, and then you just can't. I know what it takes for me to get here. So these teachers are all disguised, right? And they're all 7 notes of the rainbow and the 7 colors of the rainbow and the 7 notes and the 7 chakras and the 7 and 7 sevens. You know, they're the ones who went from 666 beast to 777. And so they, Manu was a magician like no other. He had the ability to weave and cast a spell. And you know how Midas, the king, would touch things and turn to gold. Manu had a different ability. Manu could touch things, whether with his words, with his intelligence, really, right? Whatever he could touch, he had the ability to turn something that was totally ugly to everybody else, and then he would make it be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in a museum. I'll give you an example of something right now. This is something that Manu had done with me. One time, Manu and I travel in different realms, so I speak my own language, take it as you will. One time, Manu and I were traveling somewhere, and we went, and there was so many roses, and there was so many flowers, and it was overwhelming. Imagine walking with just the fragrance of this thing. And there was people taking pictures and picking flowers and smelling the roses, just tons of people, right? And then he said, what do you think about these flowers? I said, they're beautiful, majestic, you know, everything you would say if you walked into a garden like that. And he said, well, do you see any wilted flowers here? I said, no. He said, what about the soil? I said, it's fucking great. The soil makes it. He said, yeah, that's true. So he showed me about the garden. And then we started to walk. And then as you were walking, it was like a temple, like an Egyptian temple looking thing. Just imagine, 2 sphinx here, heads of humans, pharaoh looking statues, go in, big, huge door, giant columns, go in. But not everybody could get in because there was guards outside. And there was a line, and all those people waiting in line for that were different than the people in the garden. People in the garden, it was all kinds of people, kids picking their fucking noses, dogs pissing on the side of the thing. They had a little place for dogs and shit. They wanted everyone to be there. But this was different. There was a line, and what we saw was interesting. The people in the line were different. There were vampires and werewolves and magicians and sorcerers and witches and and different spirits from different generations. And he said, look, and I was attracted to that. Obviously, I didn't want to be like the regular sheep. I didn't want to be mediocre. I want to have nothing to do with them, actually. I like the flowers, but I don't like the smell of those people. They were stingy. They smelled like laziness and death and lies and cheating and just pestering nastinesses. But the other place looked real clean and pristine, and they were waiting in line. And Manu, being who he was, walked me right up to the front, passed the line. Everybody looked at him, whispered about him and me. I felt cool. Then the gate person let us in, and we walked. As we walked, it was this incredible, what would it be, an Egyptian temple? You know, there's hieroglyphs. Just walking through, just every wall, every piece, so beautiful. Very few people walking, quiet whispers, a sense of admiration, like you walk into a church. But then you could see at the very, 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 very end, there was a little gathering, and he said, we're going over there. And we went over there, and everybody parted, and Manu and I walked up front. There was a red rope like this with 2 black poles holding people back with a giant red carpet, and at the end of it was a rose. But the rose wasn't perfect. There was a little bent here and there, little petals twisted here and there, right? And he said, look at that. And it was like you could only get so close, and people were asking permission to take pictures with it, and it was unbelievable. Each person would have to wait and then be escorted by 2 guards to get close to the rose and possibly take a picture. And he said, let's go. And we just started walking through. They let us in, and we got close to the rose. And he said, take a look at the rose. And I looked, and it was like Tupac said. This thing was different, because in the concrete of this beautiful temple, somehow a rose had grown from the concrete. And it was a miracle. I didn't know how. And he said, that right there, that's IMC Nation. That's you. That's beauty. Is that you're growing out of no soil. And you have to break through all of that concrete to just breathe. That's what we do. Okay? That's my lecture. So now we're going to go into the next class, which is for men only. I'm about to change you like this. All right? See you in the next one. Push.